This one was the really bad one. Justin can pull up some clips a little bit before, but came out nice. If you drive a direct injected Volkswagen or Audi, your intake valves are probably full of carbon buildup and junk, robbing you of horsepower, miles per gallon efficiency, and possibly making your vehicle idle really rough. We're fixing that today by using a shot blaster from Harbor Freight with Walnut media, walking you through all the process. Shops charge north of $1,000 for this procedure, so you're gonna get a full inside scoop on how it's done, how to do it yourself even, so that you could possibly save some money or decide, maybe I wanna take this at the shop.
This is a central pneumatic shot blaster. You buy it at Harbor Freight. You use compressed air in the bottom of it, and then you're going to use a media. We use walnut shell. This walnut shell, you will hook air to this, and it uses a Venturi system where it pulls the walnut with the air, and it shoots it in and cleans the valves.
This is the bare bones equipment, so all you need is that simple air compressor. You need a vacuum, and even better, if you have this attachment for a car specific, this is 3D printed. So I'll have all this linked in the description. Super awesome 3D printed tool. And then you're gonna get in here and clean this out. We'll show you a good before and after. Let's get into the process and get your valves cleaned.
All right, we're gonna pull these flaps out one at a time. We are going to clean these before they go back in so they're nice and clean, as they do. Direct injection cars always have dirty valves, dirty flaps. As old cars back in the day, port injection, your fuel actually washes these clean, and these, the fuel is injected straight into the cylinder, so they don't get the ability to clean all this stuff. So you do service these about every 60,000. Let's check out cylinder number 1. The valves themselves don't look that bad. It's the surrounding areas that are gunked up, so that's a plus.
It looks like a bat cave in there.
Yeah, and that's what your walnut blast does. You make sure that those valves are sealed, and then you shoot the walnut blast in there and it'll clean it. Can you see where I'm going here? And you can actually, like, a lot of times this stuff is soft and you can just break it loose with a pick. So if you don't have a walnut blaster and it's soft like this, get in there and knock that stuff out of there, man. So we'll take this pick in here and we'll try to remove some of this debris. If it's soft and you can knock it off, that's fair game. You can clean that stuff out pretty easily without a walnut blaster, without having to buy one or go pay somebody to do it. So that's one of the things that we will do to this, is before we go to the trouble of hooking up a walnut blaster and rolling the motor over to top dead on each cylinder, we'll go ahead and go in here and spray those out with a air after we've scraped around and knocked off some of this loose stuff. See all the gunk in there hanging around? Ready?
Yeah.
We've blown most of the chunks out of there, so we can go back in with a little bit of brake cleaner and some more picks and continue to knock some of that stuff out of there. Yeah, look at that.
It's all over the phone. That's
all over the phone,
hair.
in the hair. It happens.
The phone's all splatted. Dave's getting on the crank with a 24 mil from down below. My job is to watch the valves. Okay, so I see one going down.
So when they come all the way back up and they stop, that's where we want to start blasting at.
Stop.
Okay, yeah, they're up. And the way you know that is if you look across, you see how those ones are open? Those ones are deep open, so we don't want to mess with those ones. These ones are pretty closed as well, so we can do both of these cylinders. That one's open and that one's open. So we're gonna wanna roll it over until we see these two closed. So we can do the first 2 cylinders. The first thing I wanna do is actually spray a bunch of brake cleaner in there and soften as much of that as possible. Get as much of that blown out of there as possible so that we're not wasting walnut and spending an hour trying to get that in there. Gonna take our Gunk brake cleaner. Watch your eyeballs when you spray this in there. Gunk's pretty good about not breaking your eyeballs. But you can tell if your valves are closed also.
It'll pull up.
See that pulling up and it's not leaking out? You know your valves are closed. Sorry, my light's dying.
Yummy.
Yeah. Let that soak for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're gonna try to stick, if we got a long wire brush, like a pipe cleaner almost, we can stick that in there and start scrubbing and trying to get some of that stuff out of there. You can't even see the valves anymore. What we're gonna do is vacuum and blow that out so that all that stuff's gone, and you can see how much of the big stuff we actually got out of there. See if you can like get your camera on the side of this so you can see this stuff. I don't know if you can see it flying in there. Okay, check it. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, buddy. Look how clean that is. It's hard to get a light in there so you can actually see, but. Stick a walnut blaster in here and run a vacuum cleaner on the backside. So it cleans up most of your walnut, but it's 3D printed to the intake size so that when you go to slide this into an intake port, you can slide it in there, fit your walnut blaster, get everything shoved down in there and blast the hole without covering everything in walnut.
Can you like spray it onto like at this?
Uh-huh.
Just for like a second.
It's gonna shoot walnut. You ready?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's working now. We're gonna stick this in here about like this and then go ahead and turn the vacuum on.
How long do you do it for?
A minute or so. I mean, the valves are definitely cleaner. The whole thing's actually a lot cleaner.
Yeah, it looks great.
So we just need to do that for a little bit more and then we'll blow out the excess walnut. But it's definitely better than it was.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Probably took off 70,000 miles of it.
100%.
Recent unsecured personal loan inquiry. You've qualified for up to $65,000.
Bro, 65 grand? I could buy a Raptor.
You have been added to our
Telemarketers, bro, they keep getting me. I'm like old school 90s kid, so somebody calls me and I'm like, yeah, somebody called me. And it's just those guys at the loan department.
Get your 3rd gen Raptor from your loan.
I'm telling you, bro, I should. They've pre-approved me.
Just spamming number 9 is sending me.
Back to blasting, we're gonna blast some more. Just a little bit more and then we'll move to the next one. Yeah, the higher the compressor, the better. You can feel it. Can you feel it kind of surging?
Yeah.
It'll surge a little bit. Oh yeah, it's sucking. We're good. Hold this right here, and then let's just. Okay, let's take a look at how we did. The more air pressure in the compressor, the better. At my shop, we run like 200 PSI through the line, so it does a really good job really quick of doing what we're trying to do.
This looks actually good.
Yep. Starting to really clean up. Like, that's good enough for what we're doing.
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
We're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to get that to where it works. It went from super gunked up to not gunked up. So now I just want to stick that blaster down in there and make sure that I get all of those pieces of walnut out so they don't fall in the combustion chamber, and then we'll move over to this one and see a huge before and after, because you can see this one a little bit better. It's got a lot bigger gunk, so you'll be able to see a huge before and after on that one. But this one looks really good so far. I'm really happy with it. Like, there's still deposits in there that need to get chipped off, like a few little ones. That's pretty incredible for the cheapest Harbor Freight blaster there is. Pretty good.
That looks great. I mean, go over here. I mean, look at that.
Yeah. That's what you're going from, and then you're going to this. So it makes a massive difference at idle, for sure.
So Dave's getting some more even after all that, scraping it out. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be perfect. Like over here on this side, there's a big chunk right there. And then we'll blast it one more time, vacuum it out, and that'll solve our problem. Our biggest issue is that we can't adjust the direction of flow with the tool that I have. Like if you have a blaster that has like a tube on it and you can stick through the hole and move it around, you can change the angle at which that stuff blasts in there and really eat up a bunch of stuff. But we're fixed at our angle, so we can only shoot it in there as we can. So for what we have going on, we're doing really well.
So here is the walnut shell. Comes in a box, and then this little gun and set up from Harbor Freight. Central Pneumatic, 50 pound. Dave's gonna add some to it.
I'm just gonna add a little bit of walnut to it so we don't run out in the middle of what we're doing. Save a little bit for later. That is about where we were when we started. The first 2 cylinders that we blasted, we sprayed with Gunk brake cleaner and we let them sit for about 5 minutes, and then we did a little pre-scrape before we blasted it. The last 2, what we're gonna do is just blast them without any Gunk brake cleaner and see how much of a difference the Gunk brake cleaner makes. Let me turn the compressor on. We're definitely flowing. Oh, bro, that's pretty good. Like, we didn't get all the walnut out of there, but that's pretty good. Definitely not as good as when we did it the other way. Not even close as when we did it with spraying it with Gunk and scraping it, but we're getting there. So I would say we probably should scrape that.
Yeah, scraping is a necessity, is what that reveals.
Yep.
And no reason not to blast it out a little bit.
I think the Gunk helps soften that stuff.
So the
we'll
scraping
see right
is,
now when we scrape it how hard that stuff is.
Yeah.
All that crud that's left over, we're just gonna knock off. There's a ton of it down in there. This one's worse than the first two. This stuff without softening it with the Gunk brake cleaner is a lot harder to get off. I mean, I'm working twice as hard with the, like, let's say this. I scraped both those cylinders and then I just scraped that one and my hand is cramping. So. Okay, that looks a lot better. Try one more blast with the walnut and see. Yeah, we're flowing a lot better than we were before. Good. Check it and see. Oh yeah, dude. A whole lot better than it was.
Yeah, looks good.
Need to blow it out with a blower.
Yeah.
It works so good that we're back to spraying it again.
Yeah, soaking it and letting it pool up, even just 5 minutes before.
It softens that stuff up so good.
Just saves a lot of elbow grease.
Look how dirty that is already. That goes in clear. A little bit of gunk, and then we're just gonna use a wire brush, a little wire brush action on there. Dig through some of this corrosion, nasty buildup. This is the same exact buildup that's in there, just on this metal thing. You can see how hard it is to get off. So you can see how good the walnut does when it goes in there to blast it. And I'm literally scrubbing hard right now, like brushing my teeth. And even with those 2 passes, we still got stuff here. So can't get it one way, change the angle. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just wanting to get them pretty clean because these affect how smooth the area is going into the cylinder. So now that we've done that, try wiping this down a little bit. There's still a little bit on there.
You can put that even underneath it if you want. Stands up a little better.
That's pretty good. Now we get the backside. These are directional, the way they go into the motor, so you can't put them in wrong. You can tell the side that is all gunked up is the top side, which is your idle side. Things flow a lot better at high velocity. That's a semi-clean one. This is a dirty one. There's your top sides. We're gonna take this.
Don't let it grab your glove.
It'll be all right. Took a piece of my glove off, sorry. Watch your face. Okay, that's way better than it was.
You want to hold it with like a
pair of pliers?
Yeah.
Would be smart.
There's our pool of black from cylinder, the 4th cylinder. Now he's gonna blow it out with that rag. Gonna kind of.
Smells like after you shoot off a bottle rocket. Okay, that's just after soaking. We have done no cleanup. Let me get my light on it for you so you can see. Like that already knocked off stuff.
Like it's already tan again.
Yep, it already knocked off a bunch of hangers.
Now we'll scrape all the big stuff off right there.
Yep, and then we'll blast it.
Yep.
And we should be done.
A little bit of this, a little bit of wrist action, a little bit of scratchy scratch, a little back scratch, side scratch, rib scratch, head scratch. No.
You can see it just turns into a pile of stuff in there.
Mmm.
All that stuff occludes the airflow, and then
your idle is just bad.
when you go wide open and you're pushing boost, I mean, it's just not as smooth. You're not flowing as much air as you could. I'm not sure exactly how much horsepower it costs you to lose. Maybe like
3%.
3%'s a lot when you're in Arizona and it's hot and you're trying to get in front of somebody or move through traffic.
Or put the gap on a V8.
Yeah, show them Chargers what's up.
All right, we just finished up the 4th cylinder. That's soaked in gunk brake cleaner and scraped and blasted. This one was the really bad one. Justin can pull up some clips a little bit before, but came out nice.
Every one of them came out nice. They're all 100% better than they were, dude.
Yeah, this thing's gonna be idling nice. This is a much put off maintenance item just because it's a lot of work. It's expensive to pay somebody to do. If you don't have, $1,000 to throw at it probably, at a shop.
At least.
At least, probably like a $1,500 deal, I'm assuming, if not 2. While we're in here, we're gonna swap out the oil cooler and water pump and thermostat. That's another common issue where you get coolant and oil mixed up in your expansion tank and your whole system's contaminated. If you're curious about how to do that, I'm gonna leave that video right here. If you've never been here before, hope you consider hitting subscribe. That's an absolutely free way to support us. Thank you so much. Have fun walnut blasting.